Back in the 70s and 80s, the radio was our best friend and probably a little bit of a bad influence.
We didn't even notice the lyrics half the time. Now, those same songs would get us banned.
Well, this is Tav. She had every lyric in Hot Child in the City memorized, and her parents never even knew what it was about.
This is true. Well, this is Jim, and he was blasting Christine 16 in his Camaro without realizing that the whole town could hear him. And together, we're Unretired AF. Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Unretired AF podcast, the podcast created especially for the over 60 rebellious bunch. Where today we're going to be talking about and sort of taking a look at some of the songs that we loved from the 70s and 80s. But before we go there, we want to give a shout out to our subscribers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support.
Thank you.
And if you're a new viewer or a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. And we will encourage you to hit the subscribe button so you never miss anything.
There you go.
Well, let's start with the most obvious category and the one that's the most uncomfortable and problematic for 2025. Well, our generation had no shortage of songs about young girls, and older guys. And I think we need to preface it by saying it wasn't weird back then.
No.
It was normal. I think that some songs, like, for instance, Into the Night by Benny Bardones, where he said she's just 16 years old. I mean, that was meant to be provocative back then.
Right.
But that's all it was back then, was provocative.
Right.
Now it would be, an episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Right.
So, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
And then there was another song, I don't know if you're familiar with it, by Gary Puckett called Young Girl. And basically the song is about a guy who was dating somebody he thought was over 18, and then he comes to find out she isn't. So it's a breakup song with a minor because she's a minor.
She's a minor, yeah. Wow. So Christine 16 by Kiss.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons singing about a teenager from a teacher's point of view. Back then, we just sang along.
I did. I didn't even realize that's what it was about until we were preparing.
Now the internet would friggin' explode.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another one, how about Hot Child in the City by Nick Gilder.
Right.
Literally about an underage runaway.
Right.
Won a Juno Award.
Wow.
And no one even batted an eye.
No, and we didn't either. Hey, folks, quick pause for something we swear you're going to love.
This is Stir. It's not syrupy or artificial. It's a clean, natural water enhancer.
What makes Stir so pure? Well, it's their stevia and the quality of it. Their team grows their own stevia plants, and they do a natural extraction using just warm water. No chemicals, no methanol. Just pure warm water, and it comes straight from the leaves.
Here's our beautiful and delicious Stir. This is fruit punch, 1 squirt. Now we have beautiful enhanced water with no sucralose, no aspartame, just real fruit flavors, vitamin C, and a hint of beet juice for color.
Sometimes we drink Stir on air. Usually we're drinking something alcoholic, though. But we for sure drink it off air all day long. And you will want to, too.
So, we've got a deal for you. Just head to stirdrinks.com, use our code UnretiredAF15, and save 15% off your order.
So stay hydrated, my friends, and stay unretired. Now back to our show. I think we just need to emphasize these were songs from our generation. And think about it. Van Halen, Hot for Teacher.
Yeah.
It was okay back then for teenage guys to lust after their teachers, I guess, what wasn't okay, because they never, in the video for it, they never had the teacher reciprocating feelings.
Right.
It was just a fantasy situation. Right. So anyway.
Well, there wasn't the internet where people could brag about it either.
Right. So even though, yes, it was not uncommon, I think the fact that, I don't think it was also it wasn't condoned either.
Right.
Whatever.
I would agree with that.
But then there were songs that handled gender and sexuality, but they did it from their own 70s and 80s spin on it. So then there were a lot of songs that talked about transgenderism, but not in the same kind of way that it would be probably talked about today. Like, you would never have Lola by the Kinks ever come out today. I mean, yes, it was about a man who meets a trans woman in a bar. It was kind of sweet, but it was still written from the 1970s with a lot of assumptions made, and it wouldn't survive unedited today.
Oh.
And then, I remember, Take a Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed, with references also to transgenderism, to sex workers, to drugs, and more. But it was wrapped up in this sort of chill vibe that we all just sort of nodded along to and didn't really think about it. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Because nobody was like saying transgender people are bad.
Right.
It wasn't making fun of them. It was just like, this is what happened, and it was a little weird,
Yeah. How about the song by Aerosmith?
Right.
Dude looks like a lady.
Yeah.
The joke about that?
Right.
It was in the title of the song.
Right.
It was funny.
I thought you were going to sing it. That's why I was saying, because we're going to get a copyright strike.
No.
We can't do that. I'm sorry.
No.
We wish we could show you little clips of all the songs, but we can't. Copyright prohibits that.
In 87, it was funny, but now, not so much.
Right.
Cue the think pieces.
Well, and that's it. I mean, everybody thinks just too dang much, right?
Yeah. Back then, it was considered edgy and cool. Today, it would be a trigger warning and a comment section war.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, and the problem is like, those songs were funny, but they weren't making fun of the people. It was just a funny situation. And the thing about it is, it's still a funny situation. We just aren't allowed to laugh about it.
And we all sang to it.
We did. And none of us had any issues with trans people, and most of us still don't.
Right.
Well, and then, of course, there were the songs that celebrated a little casual violence. Well, then we have one of my favorites, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC with Bon Scott. I love AC/DC, but I particularly love when Bon Scott was singing. And that song, what's it about? It's about a freaking hitman giving his rate card with, all the things he will do. He doesn't give the price, obviously, but all the things he would do for a price if you need a hitman.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work today.
No.
I can't even imagine that would go over today. And then we had Gimme 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner. That's just about a guy who dances with the wrong girl in a honky-tonk, and her husband pulls a 45 on him and scares the shit out of him, and he's running out of there for his life. So,
Yeah. How about Maxwell's Silver Hammer?
Right.
By the Beatles.
Right.
That was a song about a serial killer in a cheery sing-along package.
It was cheery, wasn't it?
It was.
I love that song.
All 3 of those songs were catchy enough that we all sang along without even thinking about what they were saying or what they were about.
And I'm not sure if we did think about it. We would even care.
No.
Because it was a different time and everybody wasn't so offended with everything.
It wasn't, that was the age where it wasn't about the lyrics, it was about the sound. How loud could it go?
It was about the lyrics for me.
Oh,
For a lot of
okay.
us, we're lyric people, but for a lot of the guys, it was the beat and the sound and
Yeah.
how loud you could put your Pioneer speakers
Oh, yeah.
and and your 150-watt component stereo system with the
Yep.
record.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's all different now.
Yep.
Did you have one of those, like the closet like thing?
I had
The
everything.
cabinet with the glass
I
door?
even had a reel-to-reel.
Did you?
I did.
Did you have reels?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My dad bought it coming one time from overseas, from Vietnam,
That's
one tour.
super cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Well, and then we also had the songs that mocked people for things that they couldn't control. Well, and our generation saw some sort of insensitive songs for disabled people or people with some sort of a disability or handicap, like Bachman-Turner Overdrive's "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet." They used a stutter as a gimmick in the chorus of the song, and it was catchy. And nobody, I had a stutter. I had a stutter growing up. I had to overcome it, and I wasn't offended. And it came out right in the middle of my most stuttery time of my life, and I wasn't offended by it. I thought it was a great song. Yeah.
I've got one too. Do you remember "My Generation" by The Who?
Yes, I love The Who.
Famous for its fade away.
Yes, because everybody thought they were going to say something else.
Right.
A little cheeky.
Which is cool in 65, but I guarantee it raised some eyebrows now.
Oh, right. And weren't you saying there was another one that you remembered?
My Sharona.
Oh, don't. Right. I forgot that one had a stutter in it too.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the takeaway for today's episode is that we didn't think about these lyrics much at the time.
No.
I mean, they were just part of the soundtrack of our lives. But we know that times change and the rules change, but we've never been good at following the rules, right? We've never been good at that.
You're right. We can all laugh about it now.
Yeah, sure. We laugh about it then too.
It's a great reminder to all of us how different the world was then. Some good and some not so good. Thank God we grew up when we did. We got to enjoy these things where people coming out now won't. I mean, half the songs they wouldn't even dare play on the radio now because they'd be too offensive. So, it's all good. We're so lucky to be in the generation that we're in because we truly have seen a lot. So we have a comment section. If you have any songs that you like that bring you back, or made fun of somebody that we missed,
or offensive songs that you think would be on this list,
right?
Remind
us. Drop it in our comments. Yeah,
these are the only ones we could think of.
That was the only ones we could think of real quick. So thank you again to our subscribers. We appreciate it. If you have any content, subject matter that you'd like us to talk in future episodes, please drop it in our comments. Thank you.
Yeah. And hopefully you're enjoying our channel. I mean, if you're still here at the end of the episode, that means that you're enjoying it. So please drop us a line, like Jim said, and let us know what you want to see. This channel is a collaboration between us and our viewers. It's only as good as the feedback that we get from all of you. So, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and join the Unretired AF revolution. Well, we're not slowing down.
And neither should you. And together,
we're Unretired AF.